Hey, how's it going? My name is Lauren May and welcome to this video. Today I'm going to be reviewing the TV show The Next Step, and let's just get right into it. Alright, so the reason why I am reviewing this TV show is because I found out that it is the mother or sister TV show to the Lost and Found music studios, and I was in love with that, and so I was like, why not find out more about the characters and more about the storyline, because like I'm obsessed with interconnectedness of TV shows. Like I love Supergirl and The Flash and Arrow. I love Chicago Fire, PD, Med, and Justice. Like, I'm obsessed with that kind of stuff. So when I found out that there was another show, I was like, I have to watch this. And so here we are. So I've seen season 1, 2, and 3. I know there's a season 4, but I really wanted to film this because I'm so excited about it. And also, I found out yesterday that Netflix finally put The Next Step on Netflix, which is so awesome. Except it's only one season, which is totally weird, but like, whew. Alright, so that's a beginner. So off the bat, The Next Step is a dance studio that follows the lives of the A Troopers, which I guess is the better dancers, because there's A Troop, there's B Troop, and then there's J Troop. J Troop is the juniors, and then B Troop are like the recreational dancers, and then A Troop are the ones that go to like competitions and stuff. So it follows them as they get ready for the like regionals in season 1. It follows them as they go and head towards the nationals in season 2 and internationals in season 3, which is super awesome that they like went that far really fast. But I guess they did go so much through so much drama to get to each of the competitions that it makes sense that they won. I love dance. I suck at dance, but I love dance. I just love dance TV shows. I am obsessed with Dance Academy. Shout out to the new movie that's coming out this week and I'm so excited about it. But I diverse. Anyway, so I love dance shows, and so the fact that this is connected to a music show is like my dream come true. I love this stuff. This is like living for it, right? So already gonna love it because it's got dance in it and it's got characters that I know from the Lost and Found music studios, which is awesome, which is Michelle, James, and Riley. They are the dancers that are also referred to in Lost and Found. Alright, so I'm just gonna go through the things that I love and the things that I didn't. Overall, the storyline was awesome. Just love the progression of it. You know, the season 1's about regionals, season 2's about nationals, season 3 is about internationals. It breaks it up really nicely. The things that I loved about the show is in season 1, I love the overthrow of Emily as dance captain. It was something that you wouldn't have thought would have happened. I mean, skipping to the things that I didn't like, I really hated that she was so bitchy in the first season. Like, why would a kid's show or a TV show aimed at young teenagers or whatever have such bitchiness? And I know there's crappy people out there, but like she was mean, like horrible. So when she was overthrown, that was awesome. But then from then on, you kind of empathize with Emily like a whole lot more. But anyway, so I'm obsessed with Riley and James. Their relationship is epic, and if they ever break up, I will literally cry. I will be so upset. Like, you cannot break up Riley and James. Like, you can't do that. Never, ever, ever. So I love that in the first season, like how they get together, how she doesn't really like him at the beginning, and then he kind of loosens her up a little bit and like makes her laugh, makes her chill, and then they finally realize that they like each other, and then all of that kind of fun stuff. And then in season 2, them kind of repairing their relationship, I guess, because of what happened with Beth, which I hated that fact, and I can't believe James did it, but anyway. So yeah, and then in season 3, how they just tighten their relationship and their bond is strengthened and all of that kind of stuff. I love that they incorporate so many different styles of dance through each of the characters alone, but also how they have those like moments where like say someone will bring in a different style of dance to show the team, which is awesome. Like they had like Scottish dancers, they had, or were they Irish? I think they were, whatever they are. So they had that, and they had like tribal kind of dancing. Yeah, so I like that, how they incorporate this whole wide variety of dance within the show. So I love that each character has like a different, I love the different backgrounds that each of the characters come from. I love how each character adds a different element to the team and to the show, whether it be their style of dance or their personality or the way that they deal with conflict or whatever it may be. I love how they all kind of gel together, and I love the fact that the show, the studio is basically like one big family family, and they reiterate that so often, and it's so awesome because through being so tight-knit, they basically get through anything, and they fight as hard as they can to win, and when they do, it's just that much better. I love how so instead of just being a dance team, and like the way that they show how they are like a family is things through like when Chloe is low on funds and she's having to work a job, and the team finally finds out, they like help her and they tip her heaps so that she can then have money to go to regionals, which is so awesome. And I'm so like, it's that kind of stuff that the show needs to have more of, because if this show is one of those shows that is helping kids understand or teach kids how to be like in the real world, it's those sorts of things that need to be more of than the bitchiness of, say, Emily. They need to show kids how to be genuine people, how to show support and love for the people that you love, how to, you know, that random acts of kindness are a good thing, and that team building is a good thing, and all of that kind of stuff. So I'm glad that those sorts of things were in this show. So the things that I specifically disliked, I hated the e-girls. Like, I'm not a fan of cliques, and so the fact that this was like a stereotype of the worst ever clique, mean girls ever, it was like, I hated watching it, but like, because I loved other parts of the show, I kept watching. But like, Emily and the e-girls were so brutal and so ruthless, and it was just hard to watch. And I said that in my Lost and Found Music Studios review, I said that I hated all the drama and the bitchiness, but this one is 10 times worse, and I don't know how I got through it, but I guess it was really only in the first season, so that's kind of fine. But like, whew, it was rough, and that's one thing that I very much didn't like. So I wasn't a fan of how after Emily was overthrown and Michelle was dance captain, and then Michelle and Elden started, you know, dancing together heaps, and Emily and Elden were finally together, which was awesome because they were so cute. But then Michelle and Elden started liking each other, and like, that whole situation was not okay, the way that Michelle took Elden from Emily. It's like, Emily already lost a whole bunch of stuff. Why take away her boyfriend? Why like her boyfriend? Like, it just seemed so wrong, and it made like Michelle look like such a horrible person, and the fact that she gets what she wants, which is something that, again, kids shouldn't be shown, that you have to like treat people right, and you do the right thing, and, you know, be considerate of other people when you make decisions, and all of that kind of stuff. Wasn't a fan of the elite dance group. I hate how they tried to sabotage everything. I hate Lucien. Okay, so when I say I hate, like, I'm not a hating person, but like, I really disliked Lucien's character, how he kept coming back, and even in like the last episode of season 3, he was there, tried to be a judge, and it was like, dude, what are you doing? Like, you should not be here. Like, just so much drama. It's just like, why are you trying to take down the next step? Like, what's your problem? What I didn't like is there wasn't really a reason behind it. He just seemed to do it. So it would have been great to have like a reason other than the fact that they were a rival studio. But yeah, another thing that I have a critique on is like, there were such long seasons, like 30 episodes in one season, even though they are 20-minute episodes. It just seemed to drag on a little bit, especially in the first season. I noticed it a lot more, I guess because it was the first time I was watching it, but there was just so much happening, and some of it seemed unnecessary. So I feel like if they had shorter seasons, like quicker trips to regionals, nationals, internationals, it would make a little bit more sense, and then maybe focus a little bit more on the competition, which they did do in season 2 and season 3. Like, because the competitions are over a few days, they had to like have like 3 or 4 episodes on nationals and internationals, which was cool, and I really appreciated that. But yeah, I just feel like, especially in the first season, it just dragged on way too much, and there was so much drama, and there was so much like happening, and it could have been dulled down a bit and cut short a little bit more. But it was also good because like, I was obsessed with watching the show, so I could just keep watching and watching and watching, and there's lots of episodes to watch. So in that sense, I love the fact there were lots of episodes, but I also feel like they could have, you know, altered it a little bit, if that made sense. Alright, so I've said already that James is the drummer from Lost and Found Music Studios in the boy band. So because, as far as I know, they are produced by the same person, they have very similar filming techniques. They both have this mockumentary kind of style of film, where they have kind of like a interviewee kind of playback where the character talks about what happened and how they feel about it and why they did kind of things. which is kind of like a reality TV kind of style as well, but this is clearly, I guess, mocking it in the fact that this is clearly a scripted show. Okay, so this bugged me so much, and when I realized it, I went ape. Like, if you ask my mum, I got so worked up about this. Okay, so I think it's in the start of season 3 when James starts hanging out with the band and you're first introduced to we'll call him the lead singer of the band, which we know him in Lost and Found Music Studios as Luke, which is Luke. Okay, so when he's first introduced in The Next Step, his name is Shane, and that right there bugs me. Like, why would you introduce a character called Shane, and then when you start a new TV show about, you know, that kind of area, why rename him? Like, that's weird, right? So that bugged me. But then what bugged me even more is later on when we're introduced to them again, when they're actually a band and they're actually like performing at the wedding of James's uncle and auntie and like all of that kind of stuff, and there's like the interviewee mockumentary part of it. It says that his name's Luke. It's like for one episode his name was Shane. Like, why do that? Like, why? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, why have him called Shane and then call him back to Luke, and then in a different show call him Luke? Like, why would... It doesn't make sense, and it really bugged me. And I hope that if it was a strategic move, I hope that there's a reason for it. Other than that, it was just a mistake, and I hope that they know that happened, and obviously because they changed it, but like, Anyway, alright, so I'm just going to roughly talk about each character and what I like, dislike about them. I've already said I love Riley as a character, love James as a character, and I love them as a couple. Michelle, I think I love her more in Lost and Found Music Studios just because she has that love interest with John. In The Next Step, season 1, 2 and 3, she seems to have a different personality, and that could be because in Lost and Found this is happening at a later date. Like, The Next Step's been around for a few years and I've only just discovered them, so like the Next Step episodes that I'm not really okay with could be her developing herself so that when she's in Lost and Found she's the character that she is and that I like, if that makes sense. So I do like her as a character. She's a brilliant dancer and she has some really great moments. But just the fact that she has jumped from like boy to boy and changed her mind and overthrown people and then got what she wants, and then like it's just too much went her way. I mean, other than the fact that her parents got divorced and there was all that drama, but like the first 2 seasons there was so much going her way that it just seemed wrong. Emily, I love her. 2nd and 3rd season. It sucks that she got injured at nationals and couldn't be at internationals, but she became such a great person and such a lovely member of the team. In the 1st season, like I said, I really disliked her. She was not fun to watch. Elden, he's like the best male dancer. He does so much cool stuff. Again, he seems to fall for women kind of at a drop of a hat, which is kind of a problem for him, but I love in the 3rd season how James makes the decision to make him reach 30 pirouettes before he can date anyone, and then when he starts liking Talia they do all this cute romantic stuff because they have to work around the fact that he has to work to be with her, if that makes sense. Like, he has to reach a goal before he can be with her, and it's so amazingly romantic when at internationals they finally can be together because he like does the pirouette challenge and like wins, which is super romantic, and they're so cute together. Like, if he was gonna date anyone, I'd totally ship Talia and him. Like, they're really cute. Giselle, now she was in B Troop at the beginning of season 1. She kind of got demoted because she was in A Troop, and then she went to B Troop, and then she got back into A Troop I think in season 2, and then she became dance captain around season 3, which is super cool, and she does a really good job. She kind of doubts herself a lot, which is something that I guess people go through a lot, but yeah, it was cool to see her grow as a character, which was awesome. West. I feel like West is like the glue of the studio. He seems to be building everyone up. He's like the jokester. He seems to have so much talent, and he brings a lot of humor to the show. He brings a lot of friendship to the show, to the studio. And yeah, I just feel like he's the glue of the show and the team. And yeah, I loved Amanda. She came from The Next Step, but I only loved her basically in season 3 when she wasn't messing with The Next Step. Her character develops a lot more, you become to like her, and then when she comes back from her exchange is really the first time that you see her be really accepted into the studio, and people show that they really care about her and they really like her there. which is awesome. And I love that episode where they're partying and there's all this cool stuff and there's like lots of singing and dancing, and I love it. Oh, Ella, not a fan of Ella. She's the exchange student from England, I think. She kind of comes in and like disrupts everything. She's like trying to make Riley heaps different, and I mean she helps a lot of people, but then at international she like betrays them big time, and I don't think there was ever like a likable moment of her. She's kind of that awkward character who's there and she does some kind of cool stuff, but really you just dislike her overall, which I got that feeling. So overall I really like the show. There's a few moments where I was like not loving it, but I pursued and eventually grew to love the show a lot more. Totally recommend. If you like Lost and Found Music Studios, you're gonna love The Next Step, or if you've watched The Next Step first, I totally go recommend and check out Lost and Found Music Studios. They all interconnect and I love that so much. If you haven't realized already, I love TV shows. I'm a TV show-aholic. I like literally invest my whole time and life and emotions into a TV show. Like I get so emotionally invested, it's like crazy, and I legit have no life. Like you'll soon find out I'm just this crazy person who has no life. But if you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up and let me know in the comments down below if you've seen these two shows and what you like about them, and also if you would recommend any other TV shows for me to watch and review. I would love to do that. In the near future my life is going to get a little bit more hectic. I've got a lot of assignments coming up. I've got, you know, Easter coming up. I've got a work experience / placement coming up, the end of semester. I might be going to Japan in July. Like there's a lot of things happening in my life at the moment, and so if my schedule gets a little bit crazy, I probably most likely won't be uploading very often. I'm going to try my very best to do it as often as I can, but do stick around. If you're not subscribed, definitely subscribe, and then you'll be notified when I do upload, which is super awesome and handy, so that you don't have to just keep clicking my channel trying to find a video that might or may or may not be there. So yeah, that would be really cool. I'll try my very best to upload as much as I can. I'm about to go on holidays for the semester, so I'm going to try and pre-film a whole bunch of stuff so that if I do get life hecticness, I can just post a video that I've done previously. But I'm not sure how that's going to happen because I have an uncle down from Sweden for Easter and all this. Like I said, life is happening, and so I'm not sure how busy I am going to get, but I just thought I'd let you know that that's going to happen. Potentially, probably, most likely. So yeah, I hope that you're having a wonderful day, and don't forget to hug someone today. Bye!